Welcome to day 28 of our 31-day series studying the moral and practical advice found in the book of Proverbs intended to help us live virtuous and meaningful lives. Let's start by reading today's passage, and then take a closer look at the message. The wicked flee though no one pursues, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. When a country is rebellious, it has many rulers, but a ruler with discernment and knowledge maintains order. A ruler who oppresses the poor is like a driving rain that leaves no crops. Those who forsake instruction praise the wicked, but those who heed it resist them. Evildoers do not understand what is right, but those who seek the Lord understand it fully. Better the poor whose walk is blameless than the rich whose ways are perverse. A discerning son heeds instruction, but a companion of gluttons disgraces his father. Whoever increases wealth by taking interest or profit from the poor amasses it for another, who will be kind to the poor. If anyone turns a deaf ear to my instruction, even their prayers are detestable. Whoever leads the upright along an evil path will fall into their own trap, but the blameless will receive a good inheritance. The rich are wise in their own eyes, one who is poor and discerning sees how deluded they are. When the righteous triumph, there is great elation, but when the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding. Whoever conceals their sins does not prosper, but the one who confesses and renounces them finds mercy. Blessed is the one who always trembles before God, but whoever hardens their heart falls into trouble. Like a roaring lion or a charging bear is a wicked ruler over a helpless people. A tyrannical ruler practices extortion, but one who hates ill-gotten gain will enjoy a long reign. Anyone tormented by the guilt of murder will seek refuge in the grave, let no one hold them back. The one whose walk is blameless is kept safe, but the one whose ways are perverse will fall into the pit. Those who work their land will have abundant food, but those who chase fantasies will have their fill of poverty. A faithful person will be richly blessed, but one eager to get rich will not go unpunished. To show partiality is not good, yet a person will do wrong for a piece of bread. The stingy are eager to get rich and are unaware that poverty awaits them. Whoever rebukes a person will in the end gain favor rather than one who has a flattering tongue. Whoever robs their father or mother and says, "It's not wrong," is partner to one who destroys. The greedy stir up conflict, but those who trust in the Lord will prosper. Those who trust in themselves are fools, but those who walk in wisdom are kept safe. Those who give to the poor will lack nothing, but those who close their eyes to them receive many curses. When the wicked rise to power, people go into hiding, but when the wicked perish, the righteous thrive. Proverbs 28 is a chapter full of wisdom and insight. In this devotional, we will explore some of the key verses from this chapter about the wicked, confessing our transgressions, obeying God, and financial responsibilities. First, let's look at Proverbs chapter 28 verse 1, which says, "The wicked flee when no one pursues, but the righteous are bold as a lion." This verse reminds us of the differences between the wicked and the righteous. The wicked are cowards who flee from danger and responsibility, while the righteous are brave and courageous, like a lion. It is important for us to be bold and courageous in our faith and in our pursuit of righteousness. Next, we learn from Proverbs chapter 28 verses 13 to 14 that, "Whoever conceals his transgressions will not prosper, but he who confesses and forsakes them will obtain mercy. Blessed is the one who fears the Lord always, but whoever hardens his heart will fall into calamity." These verses speak to the importance of confessing and forsaking our transgressions, rather than trying to hide or conceal them. When we confess our mistakes and ask for forgiveness, we can obtain mercy and be restored. On the other hand, if we try to hide or deny our wrongdoing, it will not lead to prosperity or blessings. This also emphasizes the importance of fearing the Lord and remaining humble before Him. Those who fear the Lord and keep their hearts open and receptive to His will be blessed, while those who harden their hearts and resist His guidance will fall into calamity. Moving on, there are several teachings throughout Proverbs 28 that tell us about some of our financial responsibilities. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 8 says that, "One who increases wealth by taking interest or profit from the poor amasses it for another, who will be kind to the poor." This verse warns against the unethical practice of charging high interest or profit from the poor, as it takes advantage of the disadvantaged position and will eventually be transferred to someone who is kind to the poor. Instead, this verse suggests that being kind and fair to those in need is a more virtuous and rewarding approach. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 22 tells us that, "A stingy person hastens after wealth and does not know that poverty will come upon him." This verse warns against being too focused on accumulating wealth and being overly stingy with what we have. It suggests that this approach can lead to poverty, as it is not sustainable or wise in the long term. Proverbs chapter 28 verse 27 tells us that, whoever gives to the poor will not want, but he who hides his eyes will get many a curse. This verse encourages us to be generous and give to those in need, as it will lead to blessings and fulfillment. On the other hand, those who turn a blind eye to the needs of others and are unwilling to give will incur curses and negative consequences. Clearly, we see throughout Proverbs 28 about the need to be fair in our financial dealings, to not be overly focused on accumulating wealth, and to be generous to those in need. As our lesson today draws to a close, let's recap since Proverbs 28 has provided us with many valuable lessons about many differing topics. Throughout this passage, we are reminded about being bold in righteousness, of the importance of confessing and forsaking our transgressions, fearing the Lord, and remaining humble before Him. May this passage also encourage us to strive to live and use our finances in a way that honors God and brings blessings to ourselves and others. I hope you had a good spiritual workout. If you like this content, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel.